Welcome to the Inspired Show, health, fitness and beyond. The show that helps you get healthier, fitter, stronger, and most importantly, the best version of yourself. Helping you overcome emotional eating, stress drinking, and helping improve your lifestyle in a manageable and sustainable way. Thank you all for your support. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button on each video so we can grow our community. Welcome to this week's episode of The Inspired Show, the show that's designed to get you happier, healthier, fitter, and ultimately the best version of yourself. This week's episode is a question that was asked by one of our followers on our social media pages. The question was, how can I lose 4 stone? And which is best, cardio or weights? We're going to do a deep dive into this topic and help you guys figure out how to lose a substantial amount of weight and whether cardiovascular work or weight training is best to achieve that. But before we delve into today's topic, if you haven't done this already, please hit that subscribe button. It just means you'll be up to date with all our latest episodes, and plus it helps us reach more people. If you find it helpful, give it a thumbs up, and any comments or questions you've got, please let us know down below. Don't forget, in the caption section, you can also download our Get Started guide, which has everything you need to know to get you started on your journey, alongside our access to our free community, where we help you with your calories, your step target, plus a ton of free support as well, and all our links to our social media handles as well, where we post content daily to help you become that best version of yourself. So in today's episode, we're talking about weight loss, and a substantial amount of weight loss at that, and what is best in terms of exercise to help us achieve that. So first things first, when it comes to any weight loss, let alone a substantial amount of weight loss, we need to have a realistic time frame. Without a realistic time frame and realistic expectations, what can happen is we can end up getting frustrated by the perceived lack of progress that we're making on our journey. The problem for most people is they want things yesterday. They want to be losing 3, 4, 5 pounds every single week. And when they don't achieve that, they get frustrated, they feel like they failed, and ultimately they end up giving up. So what do we need to do in order to be realistic with our targets and what we're looking to achieve? Well, let's just look at it from a weight loss point of view to begin with, okay? Now, realistically, over time, what we're going to be looking at is 1 to 2 pounds per week. That is a realistic time frame. Now, if we take this question of 4 stone, what is a realistic time frame for that? Well, let's take that 4 stone and break it into pounds. So for each stone, there is 14 pounds. So in 4 stone, there is 56 pounds. So we're going to be looking at a time frame of, at the slowest rate, around 56 weeks, which is just over a year. If we pushed it a little bit harder and we push for 2 pounds a week, we're going to be looking at 28 weeks. So half a year, give or take. So a realistic time frame to be losing 4 stone is anywhere between 6 to 12 months, slightly longer. And we need to be happy and content with that. If we're not content with those expectations, we are going to set ourselves up for failure. Because what we also need to take into consideration over the course of that year, there are going to be things that slow down your progress, i.e. social events, holidays, Christmases, birthdays, Easter, where you might have a slow rate of weight loss during those weeks, or even a maintenance. So understanding things like this when we're being realistic with our time frame. So that's the first point of call. The second point of call is, as well as tracking your weight, we also need to have other metrics of success, because even if you are on point with absolutely everything, there will be some weeks when you don't lose scale weight, and that's going to be down to fluctuations in water, potentially building some muscle mass, so on and so forth. So we do need to have other ways of tracking our progress to keep momentum going and keep us feeling positive. I would definitely be looking at measurements, progress photos, progress in the gym. Are you making better decisions? Are you hydrating? If you slip up, do you get back on track a little bit better? Are you sleeping better? So keep a track of these metrics on a week-by-week basis and celebrate these successes along the way. Now, once you've got a realistic time frame, you know what you're going to be tracking to determine success, we then need to focus on the reasons why you want to make these changes. Like, why is it so important for you to lose this 4 stone? Like, think about where you are right now in terms of your confidence, your energy, your relationships, your health. And don't just say, I want to become more confident, I want to become healthy. Actually think about how it's impacting your life right now. Is it stopping you wearing the clothes you want to wear? Is it causing you to miss social events? Are you not spending quality time with your partner or with your children because of how you feel? Have you got health concerns? And think about, if you're to overcome these challenges, how much better would your life be by making these changes? And by creating this powerful reason to change, that's going to keep you going when the going gets tough, because there will be days on your journey when you're tired, demotivated, lethargic, and you won't want to do the things that you know you need to be doing in order to achieve those goals. The next point of call when it comes to your weight loss is your nutrition. We need to create a calorie deficit. One of the easiest ways to do this is through counting your calories. One, it brings awareness to calories in certain foods, and two, it brings awareness to portion control. So eventually, once you've got enough knowledge and experience, you won't need to count calories because you have a really good understanding of portion control. Now, if you do not know what your calories should be to start with, download our startup guide or join our free community where we can work it out for you. Alternatively, you can do one of two things. One, you can use an online TDE calculator to work out your maintenance and then take off 10%. Or you can do something called a diet recall. This is where you track your food for the next 7 days, but don't change anything. If you normally have a couple of takeaways a week, have them. If you normally drink every single night, drink every single night. If you normally eat chocolate every single day, eat chocolate every day. That will just give you a really good understanding of where your calories are at this given moment. Once you've done a week of a diet recall, let's say, for example, it works out you're having 4,000 calories a day on average, you then reduce that by 10%, and then that would be your calorie deficit target. Okay. Now, when it comes to your nutrition, even though it is going to be calories in versus calories out, I do want to emphasize the importance of quality. More nutritious foods more often to help you feel fuller, feel more energized and nourish your body, but allow yourself a little bit of leeway. 20% of the time, if you fancy something a little bit cheeky, that's totally fine as well. So next up, we're going to come to movement and exercise. So we're going to split these into two little parts. Now, when it comes to movement, this is what we talk about, your daily steps, okay? So in terms of your daily step target, look at what you're doing at the moment and make an increase on that. So for example, if you're doing 5,000 steps at the moment, increase that up to 6,000. And then week on week, try and improve it to fit into your lifestyle, but do not take it too high that you can't sustain it long term, because sustainability is key. Now, when it comes to exercise, this is coming back to the original question, what is better? Weight training or cardiovascular work? Now, when it comes to these two methods of training, what we need to remember in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to weight loss, it isn't going to have that much of an impact for you. So what I would say is, when it comes to these training methodologies, you want to focus on the one that you enjoy the most, because that means you're going to be more consistent with that, okay? But just a few pointers. When you're doing resistance training, that is going to help you build up muscle, build up strength, improve posture, and improve bone density. So I would recommend you do some sort of resistance training, whether that's lifting weights, some resistance work, kettlebells, dumbbells, barbells, whatever it may be. When it comes to cardiovascular work, yes, it's going to burn calories, but we don't want to use it to burn calories. We want to use it to get physically fitter, improve our heart health, our lung capacity, and from mental health as well. So again, find something you enjoy, whether it's going for brisk walks, going for a swim, a bike ride, a run, circuit training, whatever it may be. But when it comes to exercise, pick the ones that you like to do the most to build that consistency and plan it into your week as a non-negotiable. Now, the last thing we need to look at when it comes to your weight loss journey is how can we stay on track, be consistent with that? And that then comes down to the mindset. Yes, we focus on the reasons why we want to change, but we also need to think about any of the bottlenecks, okay? Is there any emotional eating, stress eating, any lack of boundaries or poor boundaries? And do we need to address those things as well? Now, if you need to address those things as well, you do need to be working on that. And when you do that, that's going to help you stay more consistent and reach your goals. But the most important thing on your journey is making it manageable and being consistent with that. So hopefully you found that deep dive helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like me to cover any of the topics in particular in a deep dive, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to cover it for you.